Let's move on to the next speaker. So this is a kind of neighboring sector, if you want to call it like that. Italshare, we are talking about that with Graziano Verdi, who is CEO and co-founder of Italshare Group.
Have been the energy that gives life to amazing architecture. But today, our planet asks to be listened to and respected. Something more is needed. For this reason, we of the Italshare Group have decided to make a difference.
The value of Italshare are very clearly the ethics, the innovation and the sustainability.
Thanks to sustainable design surfaces of the highest quality, to AI and to continuous innovations, we have revolutionized the world of ceramics. We use recycled natural raw materials. We minimize waste. We preserve the health of the environment and people to create, everyday, exceptional products.
I see Italshare as a champion in sustainability, a champion in innovation, and a company over €1 billion revenue.
Ben arrivato.
Grazie.
Okay, welcome.
Secondo me la cosa da cui partire è che
Well, let's break the ice. I mean, you are a startup, right? Italshare. Yes, Andrea was talking about that. The market is so big. Even if we do like 360 million, well, we are no one. The company is very young. It was founded in 2017 with the first acquisition of tile company, 37 billion profits. We have our turnover grew by 4 times in 5 years. And we reached 285 billion in 2022. Well, how do you do that? We talked about Italian design brands before, and what was your path? I mean, what were your partners? We started in 2017, Roberto Forchielli, Mindful Capital. I submitted the project to him, and then we started having these partnerships, so aggregations of businessmen who reinvested in the company. So we became more increasingly important than other investment funds. Mura, this is just an example. They were very active in Spain, Equipe, and we were the first company in the district, and this is another important district, so Castellón in Spain as well. Yeah. How did you come up with this project? I mean, you are a manager in this sector, right? In terms of background, I started as manager in French-speaking countries, was responsible for sales, then export manager, then CEO, then 2001, the stock exchange with Barbara, a very long period. We were the first company of the star segment, well, before Ducati. We stayed there until 2011, sorry. And then the family decided to make a different decision. Then I started working for this multinational company, and then I brought forward this project. I mean, as a sector, we are talking about coatings. Well, this is part of the Italian way of living, right? You come from 2 years in which we were drunk, as we said before. What was your growth? Was a strong growth? Yeah, we accelerated a lot. We could speed up also the trends, but we also had an organic growth at 12%. Well, the average is 3.5%, and acquisitions played a key role as well. We did a lot of them during this period, and this allowed us to move from 150 billion in 22 to more than 260 billion in 2022. A lot of synergies, commercial synergies as well, and also communication. Every single company had a different company factory, right? Yes, exactly. Yeah, they had a brand and also the factory. We have we have debranded, unbranded all the factories, so they started being at the service of our brands, so they have kept their story in terms of products, research and development, their brand as well. And we just brought in innovations, 3 R&D, so transformation R&D. In 2011, we launched this tile that is antibacterial and 52% of recycled materials, and this gave a boost to the image and to the profits of our company. Well, debranding of factories, was there any problem, or has there been a problem with the picture or the image of the company? Well, we wanted to de-specialize or unspecialize each single business unit for the different brands of the group. So we wanted to perform better in terms of products, and it's a little bit the story of the brand as well. We could also involve from the emotional point of view, so with this kind of passion, the executives as well and the managers. In 2022, we also carried out an hedging operation on gas, and we could spend a very nice period, even if these were very hard times, together with the executives and the managers, notwithstanding all the difficulties that we usually have in August, because the cooking process is at a very high temperature. So this is something that we don't usually do in August, and we have never stopped our production. So the supply chain has always been in operation. I mean, Italy, in terms of investment, in terms of coatings, well, we are an excellent country. Yes. In terms of export, we account for 5.2 billion euros. Then we have Spain, 4.2, with an average price. It is 50% of Italian price. Yeah, our price is 14.3 euros per square meter. This is not what you see in stores, but what we sell to distributors. And then we have China, third market, with 3.8 billion in terms of exports, and Italy sell at double price compared to the second country, but we have the biggest share worldwide. Why? What is our added value? Why do we sell 50% more than Spain? I mean, 14 vis-a-vis 7 euros. Right. The difference is this fact that we care about details and technology. We are cutting edge, and the beauty of Italian design. So aesthetics and technology as well, they go hand in hand, and we are always a step ahead compared to our competitors. Yeah, technology. Yeah, this is increasingly important, right? What are the key elements, technological elements that can be implemented, that can turn into a tangible advantage for competitors? For example, with the big plates, that started some years ago, we can have the perfect format of 3.20 meters by 360 centimeters. And Italcer in 2021 patented this antibacterial and antipollutant and antiviral tiles, and this was very important. I mean, this was a competitive advantage, or different elements that are together. So innovation and competitive advantage, and this is an added value, right, of Italcer. Yes, that's true. Well, the previous speakers talked about the design, Italian design in the high-end sector. Italy plays a key role. We are a sector that is quite close to the design sector, and in the payoff we have design surfaces, so this has an important value. So aesthetics and technology are the unique selling proposition. So distinctiveness, our distinctiveness. Is there a sector that is real estate that can play a role between coatings and design in terms of timeline? Well, time frame. You are pretty much advanced. What are your expectations in terms of furniture furnishings and furniture, and the next fashionable investments in trends. When Asia, here I expect a growth. Tiles, design tiles. Well, our weight is not that relevant. US, here we have good news as well. May, well, we had some data from this month, from May. After May 2016, that was the record for new houses in America. And last year, we had another record for permits and for authorizations for the building sector. So US can catch up a lot. I'm quite optimistic about US, a little bit less about Europe, but we do a lot of refurbishing and renovation. We are very active on in the hospitality sector, luxury sector as well. We have a growth. I am quite confident. We're no longer drunk, so we're no longer thrilled as we were before, but a double-digit growth rate in the lower part is possible, in our opinion. Yeah, what is in the pipeline? What comes next? What's next? So coming from an acquisition that took place 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. Yeah, sorry. 5 years ago, and you could also increase your turnover by 5 times and 10 times, sorry. And the horizon is very long. The time frame is very long. What do your investors think? We are in a dual track process. They are in the exit phase, and by the end of the year, we will have a new investment fund or maybe the stock exchange. So a leap forward. Yeah, so there is still some room for improvement in terms of capital and investments. Yeah, I have to say that when we announced that we were taking a look at the stock exchange, we were interested in this segment. We had a lot of entrepreneurs that got in touch with us, and I had to force a lot of them in order to make this leap forwards, and now it's much easier. We have in the pipeline an operation that we will carry out. So this is a growth pathway that we will be also in the future, and we have a lot of innovation and investments. In terms of development, where do you want to go? Where are you headed? 400 million today. You have a special offer in Spain and Italy to reach 1-2 billion. So what are the other sectors that you would like to cover in the future? We have identified the 3 sectors that are growing very, very fast. So small and extra small format, big plates as well, and designs, slabs as well. These are 2 important pillars. And then we also have a 2-centimeter design for the outdoor, 2 centimeter, for the laying of the slab. So, and this is something which is much easier. So we have very important growth rates, and this is internal growth. And then we have the advance aspect. We think that it could be a boost for our growth. And then we also have another in strength, US, so geographies, so areas. Central Europe should give us the opportunity to expand ourselves in geographical terms and commercial terms. So 1 billion, well, this is not that difficult, right? I mean, it is, but it's something feasible, doable, right? Yes, what was very difficult, and it will be even more difficult, is to innovate the product. But the innovation of products together with the strategy that we have bearing in mind will allow us to make it possible. And last question, would you like to opt for the stock exchange or maybe another shareholder? Well, since I worked so many years at the stock exchange, well, I like stock exchange, but you need to have the right conditions. I was talking about that with Barbara. When you have the right conditions, stock exchange is an important point. If it's not now, then it will be a point of arrival maybe in the future. We have a lot of private equity funds with middle or long-term vision that can be combined with our projects. When you get into the stock exchange, you also have a specific size. You have to have a specific size because it helps you a lot also for the future. Great, thank you very much. Thank you.